Rogan says Democratic Party is setting up Gavin Newsom for 2024 presidential run amid Biden scandals. Don't you think that that's a ruse? Him running for president? Joe Rogan asked. Podcast host Joe Rogan speculated the Democratic Party is preparing to swap out President Biden with California Gov. Gavin Newsom on the 2024 presidential ticket. Biden has been dogged by questions about his mental acuity since before his presidency, but those concerns reached a fever pitch when special counsel Robert Hur released his report, which described Biden as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. Basically, you can't prosecute this guy because he's non-compos mentis, but you can let him run for the president of the United States in November. So that's the world that we've managed to get into, Rogan's guest, fellow podcast host, Chris Williamson said. Don't you think that that's a ruse, him running for president? Rogan asked, later arguing, I think they're going to get rid of him. I think they're going to move him out. They're going to force him to step down. That's what I think. Rogan continued, if I had to guess, and it's just speculation, I'd say they're setting up Gavin Newsom for it. He went on to say that more and more of Biden's controversies are gaining traction, ranging from the debate over Biden's mental acuity to alleged involvement with Burisma, in addition to having the well-paid honorary title of Benjamin Franklin Presidential Practice Professor at the University of Pennsylvania. But even as an honorary position, Biden made about $900,000, despite only giving roughly a dozen lectures and talks, but never having taught a full semester's course. Biden also did not conduct any research or have any administrative responsibilities for the institution. Rogan also noted how the same university, which is also the home of Biden's think tank, recently received money originating from CCP-linked sources. Rogan mocked the upend position as $1 million a year gig where he didn't even have to show up, joking it was old school. That's like mafia stuff. He described this as like a mob job where somebody is given a no-work job as part of a major negotiation, particularly when organized crime groups would operate with sanitation or construction companies for funneling money. Rogan went on to argue that the whole situation would be more humorous if Biden wasn't actually the president. He's making stuff up, calls people the wrong name. He talks about someone that's dead. It's constant. Rogan and his guest mocked Biden's extremely specific cue card notes, micromanaging what he says and does in public appearances. Rogan said, it's amazing. He just can't keep a thought in his head when he starts talking about things. He forgets what he's talking about all the time and goes, well, whatever. He just says, well, whatever, and just drifts off. Williamson recalled Biden's emergency press conference after the unveiling of the Hur report, which he argued wasn't a particularly good idea. How did it go? Rogan asked. I would say suboptimally, Williamson answered, sparking laughter from Rogan.